Hi YouTube, my name is Caroline Joy. I am a certified Pilates mat instructor and doctor of physical therapy. Today I will be leading you through a dancer leg Pilates mat routine. I have 2-pound ankle weights on both ankles and just my mat today. Let's get right into it. Starting on your back with our true warm-up of the hundreds, hugging your knees towards your chest, lifting your head and shoulders up off the mat, extending your legs into either tabletop or high diagonal. Palms are facing the ground. They're going to start vigorously pumping up and down as you inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale. Keep pumping the arms up and down, right above and below your hip crease. And exhale, keep pumping. You can start to lower the legs down for more of an abdominal challenge here. Keep pumping the arms, energy through the fingertips. Pushing through this warm-up, getting your whole body energized, feeling those muscles holding up your neck, keeping your shoulders down and back as you're pumping. 2 more breaths here, inhaling to pump. Keep that core pulled up and in, feeling the abdominals really firing. And exhale. Hugging the knees towards your chest, relax the head down. Keeping it there for our single leg circles, extending both legs long up towards the ceiling. We're going to place both palms flat on the mat, facing down. You can allow the left leg to hover down just above ground height. Right leg stays up and long. Starting to draw your smooth circles on the ceiling. Don't let that left leg move. Keep your core pulled up and in. Drawing 1, 2. These circles are clockwise. 3, 4, 5. Keep that core pulled up and in. Reverse your circle for another 5, counterclockwise. Knee is straight, core is pulled up and in. Your quads should be firing, as well as every other hip stabilizer, leading you through hip flexion, extension, abduction, adduction. Hug your knees towards your chest. Allowing the left leg to straighten long. Right leg is hovering above ground height. Starting with circles with the left leg, clockwise to start, core is pulled up and in, pressing the palms down into the mat. This is circle 2, 3, 4, and 5. Reverse your circle. Don't lose that core activation. 5, 4. Knee stays straight. 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees towards your chest. Placing the hands underneath the knee creases, we're going to rock up to sit to set up for our hip cars. So this is controlled rotation. We're going to start with the left leg up. I've got my left hand in front of me, stabilizing at my chest, and my right leg is long on the ground. Knees are bent. We're going to hover up the left leg. It's now in abduction. We're going to add in external rotation, bringing the foot in, knee goes out. Switch to internal rotation, knee goes in, foot goes out. Keeping the leg abducted or lifted up towards the ceiling, we're going to keep transitioning from external to internal, keeping that core pulled up and in. Don't let your hips rock forward and back, right? We're staying really pulled up and in, going from internal to external, internal to external. Good, 1 more in, stay out. We're going to tap the toes down to the opposite knee on the ground and lift them right back up. Toe taps in external rotation, lifting up, 2 tap, lifting up, 2 tap. Feel that struggle as you're lowering the leg down and back up. 2 more taps. 2 and 1. We're going to transition back into internal rotation with knee taps to the opposite leg. Tapping in, not losing that internal rotation. Keep that core pulled up and in to assist. Tapping down and up. Tapping down and up. Tapping down and up. 2 more. Down and up. Feel those internal rotators really firing. And switching to the other side. Right leg is up, left leg down on the ground. Again, my left arm is straight this time. Right arm's at chest level to help stabilize. Core's pulled up and in. Bend the knees, hover the right leg up. Turning out the leg and in. Good, so we've got the gist of this motion now. See if we can perfect it with really smooth transitions. External to internal. External to internal. Keep going. Out and in. Out and in. 1 more. Stay out into external rotation, tapping the toes down and up. Toes tap down right in front of that left shin and back up. Tapping down and up, down, 2 up, cores pulled up and in. Check in on that feeling. Does it feel like you're lifting up through those abdominal muscles? And transition to internal rotation, tapping the knee down and in. Knee is tapping down to the opposite leg on the mat, right about at thigh height above the knee. And up, in, and up. 3 more. Check in on the core. Up, down, up, and down. Good. Relax. You're going to meet me back on your back. Centering yourself on your mat, top to bottom. Hug your knees towards your chest to transition to our scissors. Head stays down, legs lengthen up towards the ceiling. We're going to place both hands behind your right calf. Allow the left leg to hover to a high diagonal. We're going to grab the right leg towards the chest, pulsing here for 1, 2, and then switch to the left. Head can raise up and off the mat as you switch right to left. Pulsing in to switch. Pulse 1, 2, switch. Pulse 1, 2, switch. Now see if you want to challenge yourself by releasing the arms and letting the legs move freely. Pulsing 1, 2, switch. Pointing the toes. And switch. And switch. Picking up the pace. Switch right. Left. Right. Left. Get that core on. Right. Left. Right. Left. Hug the knees towards the chest. Relax the head down. Our lower leg lifts are next. Extending the legs up towards the ceiling. Opening the legs up into what we call first position in dance, but for Pilates, Pilates V. Heels are touching. Toes are pointed. Palms go down flat on the mat. We're going to lower the legs to a high diagonal and lift them right back up to 90 degrees. Cores pulled up and in as you do this. Head can hover up and lift. Lower and lift. Good. Keep lowering energy through the abdominals as you lift. Lower and lift. Feel those external rotators keeping you in that Pilates V. And lift. 2 more. Lower. 2 lift. 1 more. Make this your lowest. Lower and lift right back up. Hug the knees towards your chest. Placing the hands underneath the knee creases. We're going to rock on up into a quadruped position. So on hands and knees. Once you're meeting me here, core is going to pull up and in. We're going to do back attitudes to side. So in simpler terms, we're lifting the leg up with a bent knee in parallel, and then we're going to turn out the leg, bringing the knee towards the side, and then come back into that parallel. The idea, or at least the goal here, is to really keep that knee at the same height going side to back. So we don't want to see a huge drop when our knee comes out to the side. So let's start from the top. Energy through the back of the right heel as you lift it up into parallel, 90 degrees at the hip. And going to external rotation as you bring the leg to the side and then realign back into parallel. Good. Out to the side, back behind you. Good. Keep this smooth and controlled. Cores pulled up and in as you go out and back. Side and back. Don't let that knee drop. Side and back, side and back. 1 more on the right, side and back. Let's switch to the left side. So I really want you to think about those barbershop pulls, externally rotating that leg as you go from back to side. So let's really vision that on the other side. Extending the leg behind into parallel, externally rotating barbershop pulls, moving that leg and back behind you and to the side and back. And for people who can't really vision those barbershop pulls, think about a candy cane. Those twists of the red and white really being around your leg, moving you to the side, back behind, and side, behind. 2 more. Side, behind, and side, behind. Good. Relax the leg down. We're going to swoop the legs on over in front of you into a tall seated position. These are our hip flexor lifts. So we're staying in tall seated position, cores pulled up and in to keep you there. Hovering the leg up super straight to lift up and over, back down. And then we'll lift again, the leg going up and over back to midline. So on the right side, core is pulled up and in, engaging the hip flexor, foot is flexed to get that anterior tibialis, lift, over, and down. So that muscle in the front, anterior tib is going all the way towards those toes, lifting up, back to midline, and down. Let's do on the left. Lifting up, over, down, and up, in, down. Again on the right. Core is pulled up and in. Try not to lean back. Let's try it on the right side. Lifting up, keeping the foot flexed as we lift up, over, down, lifting again, core's pulled up and in, lifting up, in, and down. Again on the left, keep the feet flexed. We're trying to get some anterior tibialis activation in the front as well. Left leg lifts up, over, down, and up, in, and down. Right side, lifting up, out, down, lifting up, in, down. Good. Other side, up and over, and up and in. Right side, up and over, and up and in. Feeling those hip flexors firing up and out on the left, up and in. One more time each side. Up and out, up and in. One more on the left, up and out, up and in. Good. Shake out your legs. We're going to transition into our side kick. Transitioning into our side kick series next. Arm prop is going to be straight today. So other options would be resting down on a bent elbow, hand resting on the palm, or tucking that elbow down and having the palm staying down on the mat. Shoulder stability is kind of challenged here, trying to keep that shoulder down and back. Today, I'm going to be demonstrating with a straight arm. But if that feels like too much on your shoulders, you can go back to those other two options. Hiking the hips up and off of the mat, straightening out the left leg. We're going to start with our leg lifts and lowers. So foot stays parallel, hip abducts or lifts up to the side and back down. Lifting the leg up and back down. Lift, to lower, lift and lower. Core's pulled up and in. Lift and lower. One more. Lift and lower. Good. Starting with our kicks forward with the flex foot and then pointing to bring the foot back behind. This is a real core challenge here. Try not to let those hips dip front and back as we go front and back, kicking forward, brushing the leg back and behind, flexing to kick forward, pointing to brush behind, flex to kick, point to go back, flex to kick, point to go back. One more, flex and kick, point and brush back. Good. Switching to the other side. Propped up on now our left hand. Knees stay down. Hiking the hips up. Core's pulled up and in, straighten the right leg. Hand goes on the hip. Starting with our lifts and lower, lifting up to lower. Lift and lower. Power through this last series. There's one more exercise left today. Lifting and lower. Lift and lower. Core is pulled up and in. Lower to lift and down. Good. Kicks forward and back. Flexing the foot to kick forward. I'm just repositioning, feeling like I'm getting off my rocker here. Flexing to kick forward. Pointing to brush back. Flex to kick. Point to brush. Flex and kick. Point to brush. Flex and kick. Point to brush. One more. Flex, big kick. And point, brush behind. Meet me on your back for our last exercise. Centering yourself top to bottom. Bending the knees and placing the feet flat. We're going to hover the hips up and off of the mat. Transitioning your weight into the balls of your feet, you're going to start to lift your heels up to lower. So we're in a bridge position, adding in heel lifts to get one last calf exercise in. As we know, dancers got bulletproof calves. And lower. Lift to lower, lift, and lower, lifting up. We've got 3 more left. Lift to lower, one more, lift, and lower, relaxing the hips down, giving yourself one more big hug with your knees towards your chest. Bringing the knees side to side, massaging out the back. You guys have completed this mat series. Keep up with this workout to build up hip and leg strength just like our fellow dancers. Have a great rest of your day.